Rosado, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another edition of Superhero Wednesday, the day of the week. Well, I like to get right down and nerdy and do Lego shit, Funko Pop shit, comic book shit. That's right, it is time, super squeaky, it is time for it is... Just fuck off. How's that? The light, it's a very bright day. I've got light on. I've got lights on. I've got fucking light on. I've got light on. And it's making everywhere. I mean, that's a cool backdrop from what I can see. But it's kind of looking like a weird sex dungeon. Plus, I've got shit on the bed that I don't want you to see. And a pretty badass. You can't even see what that is there. That is a Doctor Doom helmet. But that just looks like a nothingness. Where's good lighting in this fucking house? Well, it doesn't help as well that like I have showered from after work, but it just doesn't look like it. We're gonna roll with it. We're not here to look at me anyway. We're here to talk about Absolute Batman, because it is Absolute Batman issue 19 review, and what a hard and heavy issue this is. I feel like I've sucked the dick of every issue that's come out. That's because I've thoroughly enjoyed every issue that's come out. But this has some really awesome, badass, amazing, cool moments. Not just for Batman himself, but for a few other characters, and some disgusting moments for other characters, and a nice jaw-dropping ending of like, the fuck? Which we'll get to in a sec. Where did we leave off with Brucey Boy? We know, well, obviously the whole Isley stuff and whatnot. But the biggest thing we need to take away from where we are with him as a character so far is his willingness to now shut down everything that ties the Bat to Bruce, and everything that was holding Bruce back, put it to one side so it doesn't hinder the Bat and what the Bat needs to be to protect and save and look after Gotham and shit. Ultimately letting the Bat eat up who Bruce is and what Bruce is and stuff like that. So we go into this story, this issue, with him just full smack, full bam, just on a crusade, a one-way mission to destroy criminals and to try and save Gotham. We even have Alfred being like, he's gone fucking nuts. I've seen him like this before. He's doing this and he's fucking, oh, blah, blah, blah. And it's just super hard-hitting, fast and heavy. And this is sort of like not a tie-over issue, but a one to prepare us to what's coming next. And we know there's going to be waves of crazy shenanigans next. The Robins, which we'll get to, are on the way. We just had Isley. We've got somebody else in here. Are they on a certain somebody there? We might as well speak about the cover. There's obviously the Absolute Deathstroke. There's Joker, the Bat, Gordon down there. I'm sure we had the Owls. There they are. There, and other shenanigans going on. Yeah, so this story is like a little recap, see where Bruce is now mentally, where the Bat is, how much has the Bat stepped it up to do what he needs to do in his mission to help save Gotham, where he is with his allies and teammates and stuff. A kind of a look at what the enemy, Joker, Deathstroke and shit, are planning next for Batman, and how to rid, hopefully, Gotham of the Batman and shit. Super duper awesome, super heavy. Let's get it open. Let's fully review it. And, well, let's try and review it, because I always do shit reviews. Thank you, though, Thomas. You always say, I like your reviews, blah, 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 but I just do a shit job. Come out, sir. Come out. Come out. There we go. Before I even open it, we get an amazing little introduction, because we have these two lads on a farm, and it's a little bit outside of Gotham. I think it's like 1,000 miles, 1,500 miles from Gotham, and we get this little character pop up where these two lads are just plowing the field, doing the bits and bobs, and this little fucker pops up, like, hey, get out the way, blah blah blah, and then they start saying, oh, did you just get that costume from the Halloween street from down to Road and that, and he's like, oh yeah, that's exactly where he got it from. But obviously, this character being Absolute Scarecrow, they also give him another name in this, actually. What did they give him? Is it the Straw Man? Or is it the Straw Man, the Wicker Man? Either way, he comes in, smoking away on his smoke, doing his bits and bobs and whatnot, and he manages to get the farmers to turn to each other. He's like, oh yeah, you're sleeping with your wife and all this kind of shit. And we keep getting these crows overhanging that become like this little theme of everything. And a kick-off ensues between the two farmers. And then what happens next is we get this little fight happen, and then obviously there's a plane coming and making its way in that's just destroying the crows and shit. It's not two friends, it's brothers. One brother plows the shit, as in the absolute shit. Look how disgusting that is, of of his brother and mangles him. For you seen in the horror films, that kind of stuff, haven't you, where they're all just piling out and whatnot. We actually get to the point where you see a pile of goo there and his eyeball, and one of his lads like, oh, it's not too late. We can gather the bits up and put it back together. Just help me ring an ambulance and all this kind of shit. Again with the crows, this things happen, this plane's obviously coming in further and further in, and we get this plane behind him. What does he say? How about a plane? Oh yeah, Brick, you were scared. No, sorry, no, Buck, you were scared, Brick. Mister, maybe we can still save him. I'll scoop up what's left. You call an ambulance, okay? And we get this look of this plane coming in. Now, about a plane. How about a plane? The plane comes in, kabooski waboom, just only to have the plane land on like the bloke and the farm and equipment, all this kind of shit. The straw man, that's Scarecrow though, isn't it? At least I'm pretty sure it's absolute Scarecrow. If it's ends to be somebody else, I'll be quite shocked. Yeah, the plane just landed. He just comes in. This is your introduction of just fucking havoc and chaos and lunacy, if that's even a word. And just what the fuck. So not only are you introduced straight away to the straw man, we then have a look at this new Batmobile, and this is where Alfred's narrating. So yeah, in the past couple of weeks, the kid has shifted into an entirely new gear. We get Batman in this new sort of gyroscope kind of like Batmobile, which there is a few jokes in here about Alfred trying to give it a new name and that, going through this sign, making a bat symbol and stuff, doing all these bits and bobs and whatnot, chasing down these criminals, to the point where you think that it's fucked, but it's clearly not, because it has a way of turning around. The front becomes the back, the back becomes the front, and all this kind of shit. Because I'm sure we see somewhere. But obviously we'll go over some narration quick actually from Bruce. No friends, no distractions, nothing but Batman. That's kind of what we talked about at the start. He goes to work and uses every penny to build things. Wild new bat things only he understands. In a way, I understand. He created Batman to tell people the real story of their city, the greed, the corruption. He never wanted Batman to become the story or the savior. How strange everything must suddenly feel to him, turned all around, and quite literally as the Batmobile that's turned around and stuff. So it appears the back is becoming the front. This is the GCPD chasing him down and stuff, talking about like the car change around and whatnot. And you get a nice little cool look at it there. It's a lot different from the big Batmobile that we got issue 9 or 10 or some shit like that. It's uber duper amazing. But what's really cool about this is as he's getting away from the GCPD, he meets up with Harley and her crew and stuff, and they all work like, you know, like the Formula One pit stop drivers, like they take it apart, put it in different parts of the van and stuff like that. And at this point, there is a conversation somewhere where Harley and Alfred and that are all talking about what they should call it. Hey, what do you call that thing? No name. How about the Bat Gimbal? It's a gyroscopic div. And then Batman's like, I know what it is. Hard no. The Bat Gyro then? Harder no, Pennyworth. Harley's decision is that the thing is nasty. The Bat nasty. Hardest no in the history of no's. So there are still a few funny little moments, but we get that diffusing. We then come over to see Bruce at work, and even the people there are saying, "Humour me, Bruce. You used to make excuses at least. Meaning now, even at work, he's just silent, not doing anything, coming and going to please and whatnot." But what's nice, if we all want our Killer Croc update, the artifact that he got from Wonder Woman, Absolute Wonder Woman, it is actually working on Croc. Yes, he's still crocodilian or whatever at the minute, but he's slowly going back to normal. But as he's getting cured, he said to Bruce, when we're taking this fight forward, what's going to happen? When are you going to get this team up going and shit? And Bruce like, it's not happening, we're not teaming up, you're safe now, I need you to be away and whatnot. And he eventually just leaves Croc in this alleyway, because like, what did he say here? Thank God you're back, not completely, but this thing you got, it's bringing me back. So what's the plan? The plan, man. The next move. How are we gonna go in after them? The ones doing it all to this city, and he's basically saying there is no we and stuff, and eventually wanders away. And we get this nice little flashback of Bruce that's taken a bit of a hiding from it's the Falcons, isn't it? Go back to see issue 14 to understand what's happening. It's when Whalen was doing this whole fight thing and stuff like that. And he was obviously betting on them shit. And was it the Falcons? I'm sure it was. Yeah, Falcons. I'm down myself there. Yeah, Falcon. Just to show like the kind of character he was and stuff. Then we get this call from we quite literally get a what is it? But Mr. Gordon, I'll be right there. Where the fuck? It's not that like folks out there can just be calling you on the phone. We are all going to jail, aren't we? Probably. Mr. Gordon be right there. Where's it? They have the bat signal. They mention it. Mr. Gordon calls him to the rooftop, and he has this file. I'll read this again, some of the speech in here. Who's there? I am. Man, you move fast for a big guy. I have to get used to that, won't I? And you can just see this size difference between Gordon and Bruce there, which is just fucking awesome. If we're going to make meetings like this a thing, Mr. Gordon, on the phone, you sounded upset, scared. I suppose I did. How to say this? I should do a Gordon impression, really, shouldn't I? I can't really do... No, it's going to be awful. Look, over the last few weeks since your mother left, I've been doing some digging. It started with questions about the past, but what I found, it changed everything. Not just the past, but the present too. And it all leads right here, son, to this moment and to you. What leads to me? All of it, everything. For days now, I've been wrestling with whether to call you or not to give you these files. The truth is, I don't know what the right thing is anymore. But the deeper I dig, the more frightening it gets me. The more, Mr. Gordon, the more lost in it I feel. That it's like one of those. I can't fucking read. The more lost in it I feel, it's like one of those corn mazes, you know, where it's too tall to see over stalks to the exit. Maybe you should just show me. Show you what? All right, the files. And then he starts to show these files, and we see there, you can kind of just see in the corner one that says Project Batman, about what this Project Batman is and all this kind of stuff. But as this is happening, again, we're seeing the crows and the birds. We know that from the start, what that means. Clumsy me, Gordon, as he's burning the files, just sets himself on fire and shit. And then we get this crazy fucking just attack of these crows on him. Can you read what one of these say? The zoo. We're on about the zoo. You know how this particular Batman got his origins and shit. Batman's trying to do what he can to salvage these files and stuff. Burn them, son, please. It'll be okay, Mr. Gordon. No, it won't be. It won't. Burn them. It'll do. I can't speak. I've just finished work. No, if you won't burn them, I'll do it, mate. And he goes to say myself, but the crows attack them. Ah, stop. Get away from me. Ah, trying to stop me. The birds, his birds. What the? This can't be. What the fuck is this? I'm sorry, Bruce, for everything, but most of all, for what you're about to find out. And then Jim actually leaps off the building. Batman just about catches his jacket. And what you're about to see next is fucking all kinds of fucked. So he catches him there at the top. I have you, Mr. Gordon. Hang on, I have you. And we just see him fall, slip out his jacket, and splat. How fucking... Jim Gordon's dead. Gordon said, oh my God, that Mayor Gordon, look up there, Batman, he killed him. No, and obviously Batman's in massive disbelief and shock of what he's just seen and stuff. But obviously in the shadows as well, we have Creepy, that's so fucking badass and minging and horrible. Like, I love the fact that he smokes a fag as well, which is just beautiful. Again, more of the flashback stuff. And then we get to take a look at what the news is spreading about Gordon and what happened. His daughter's obviously going to find out, and they're all blaming Batman and stuff. And that's when Deathstroke pops in, which we have this Deathstroke. Obviously, this Deathstroke's slightly different. We get all their army and suited and booted up. It's all about this task force. And as it's all about this task force of the Robins, we have this sort of him getting himself together. So we see him there more, not decrepit, but fucked up, adding his leg. His face is all skeleton-like. He has to add his face and his fake beard and all this kind of shit, getting ready to rock and roll. So this Deathstroke is very much... padded together, but it's all about a program of the Robins about orphan kids and all this kind of shit coming together as a task force and shit, which is highly funded by Mr. Joker himself. But we get names: Tim Drake, Jason Todd, Dick Grayson, all these names that we know as Robins and stuff like that are all coming together. You know, we know Mr. Grimm's funded these, coming together to form this task force of the Robins. And then we end with Deathstroke telling the Robins, oh, get in your suits like we are in our suits. And he's like, no, they're not your suits. And if you've seen the leaked cover of the next issue, we know what suits he's talking about. So there we have it in our story. Hopefully I reviewed that okay. I kind of just shittily read some of it out to you. I've had a long day at work. I'm tired. But yeah, amazing. I can't wait to see these Robins interact with Batman. I do think in a few issues' time, they'll come to know and see that they're actually fighting for the bad guys, because at the minute it's all a disguise. They think this Mr. Wilson's a good guy, and Jack he helps fund orphanage, and he's not a bad guy, but they will see the truth for what it is and all these people and shit. Scarecrow, absolute beauty. The Straw Man, fucking phenomenal. Batman shredding ties with Bruce and stuff even more. New tech, new gadgets. Fucking amazing. Another 10 million billion trillion out of 10. But there we go. Visuals, 10 out of 10. Amazing. Loved it. That is my review. Or actually, the more I think about it, that was an awful review. Disgusting. My review for Absolute Batman issue 19. I think issue 20 is out on the... I've got it written on my notes, actually. Where is it? Where is my notes? The 13th of January, February, March, May. Fuck me. In fact, that's a few weeks before the new Lego Batman game's out. Sweet. There we have the visuals. Let me know what you think of my review in the comments below. Let me know if you enjoyed. Let me know if you enjoyed the look of that story and shit. Sorry, I butchered some shit. I'm going to go have a fucking nap. I can't wait for issue 20. Like I said, if you have seen the cover of it and the Robins and shit, it's so peak, isn't it? But thank you for watching visuals. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. But more importantly, thank you so much for watching. And as always, remember to keep being you and keep on always slinging on.